All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Quick Stix. We are back. First round of the playoffs done. James, I know we're feeling good. Cloud nine.
Yeah, I was gonna say me and Matt are back. Sam's season's over.
But... Sam, notice you don't have your jersey on tonight. Is everything all right, man?
Shut up.
The hat behind you's on the shelf. I mean,
whatever.
It's just curtains.
All right, I'm not doing this.
Wow, what a great symbol though behind him. He's pulling the white flag. He's hanging up on the season.
I like it. It's too. I mean, yeah, you have to at this point.
Before
we jump into these games, right out of the cannon, boys. James, I'm gonna start with you. Top 3 fruits. Let's hear them.
Banana, strawberry, and mango.
He just had those ready. Sam, I know you're not ready, but go ahead.
Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna say for me, mango, Granny Smith, apple.
Granny Smith.
And strawberry.
You would be a Granny Smith guy.
He is.
Nothing wrong with being a Granny Smith guy.
Matt, what you got?
Honeycrisp apples are way better than Granny
Honeycrisp apples are very good.
That is objectively false.
I don't think you discovered Honeycrisp.
There's Granny Smith that everybody uses for apple pies. It's the standard. And then there's every other apple.
Just every other apple.
There's every other apple, right?
Hierarchy of apples over here.
Granny Smith.
I disagree completely with that.
Matt, what you got?
I got a watermelon is a strong 1 seed. What do you mean no?
No, I have a weird thing.
It's in
I think watermelon doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't taste
I thought you meant from your Target days.
No. Oh, I mean that too.
Strawberries 2 and mangoes 3.
Yeah. I mean, I just thought about what I would get at Robex, that kind of thing.
Wow. Robex. Shout out to Stephen Gilchrist. Best
Hell yeah.
Dude, the absolute goat, dude.
Wow, I'm very impressed. I did not think you guys would be able to just fire those off like that. That was nicely done.
Ready to go, man. I wore Fruit of the Loom my whole life.
I think we all feel better knowing that, I'll be honest.
Yeah, we do.
So we had a fantastic weekend of games, depending on which team you were rooting for. So Sam, I know it was probably a rough day, but you went to some art museums. That was probably nice to get out of the house.
Sure.
Right? What did you do? Hang on. What did you do on Sunday? Let's figure this out.
You should have punished yourself
Saturday,
like Arby's or something.
On Sunday, what did I do?
Saturday. After the game was over, what did you do?
And your season's over, same thing.
Plenty of free time.
I turned everything off and I read a book, to be honest.
You wrote a book?
Yes, I read a book.
Oh, read a book. Okay.
Yes. Need some motivation. You should have watched Miracle or something.
Again.
Rudy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, next episode I'm going to ask top 3 sports movies.
Top 3 sports movies, yeah.
Just to put it this way, just silver lining with the way it ended, and I think the way I understand the draft, I think we have the first and third.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, let him go. Let him go.
No, it's way too early to be excited.
There is a silver lining that now we can just, Ruby Orr's brilliance in the draft, almost Belichick-like.
That's
also given, thank you cannons with the first pick of next year's draft, and now I think we have the third. So, yeah, that just gives us more opportunities to get better. So,
yeah,
I hate people like you.
No, it's fine, because if he thinks talent's the issue, then that's nonsense. Because look at the roster right now.
We're going to talk about that.
We are
chemistry more than talent, but I think we got what we need.
All right, well let's ignore that. We'll dive into these games. Before we talk games, I have to say something that has been grinding my gears for probably the last 2 weeks. The scheduling of these games has been doing nothing to help the PLL get viewers. You have the quarterfinals during week 1 of college football.
Yep.
The semis during week 1 of NFL. And they're during 1 o'clock is the first game, exactly when the NFL kicks off. And then the championship is during week 2 of the NFL? It's on Saturday?
It's on next Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
Yeah.
The following Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday. Yeah.
So I look, I totally get the games have to be on weekends, but you have Friday evenings, which they've done before. So I think semifinals and championship should be in the same weekend. I get there's a ton of logistics that go into that about reserving the stadium, all that, but it should be like college football. Like college football, the semis were Saturday and the championship Monday night. PLL needs to do that. Have the semis Friday night and the championships Monday night.
So I agree with some of it. I think a little caveat, I guess I would say, was college football does get basically a month off, right? Between like the season ends and they basically have like a lot of December and then like bowl games and such start. So they do have some time off before that, whereas the PLL wouldn't have that. I agree that the planning is bad. I think it's not ideal. But to provide context, I was talking to one of the PLL reps when she was getting us tickets for the game in DC, and she basically said it's like the lesser of all the evils. It's like we might as well go against week one versus go against like what's the right answer? And maybe they could do it on Labor Day, but then that would push their season more back into the NLL season, which we saw affected a lot of teams. So that's basically true. It's like, how are we going to win here? There's always going to be football on the weekends. They know that. And so they would rather go, quote unquote, toe to toe with week one, where some people, obviously they're excited, but maybe they'll miss week one versus later on in the season. So I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's what she said when I said some guys weren't coming to the game because week one of the NFL season.
Yeah, no, I get. So the timing of the schedule is fine as far as what we like. Yeah, I totally agree. You cannot go farther into the NL season. It's got to stay where it is. But the games are Saturday for college football.
Right.
So that week, I think you got to work around that. If you're trying to, the PLL is in a position where they're just trying to get new viewers every week or additional viewers.
Yeah.
So I think you just have to work around college football. So like
you're
Friday
saying they should
night,
do it Friday?
Sunday. Like this past weekend, the game should have been on Sunday. There was nothing on Sunday.
I saw that tweet that said that. And again, I agree, but I feel like, especially after watching that documentary, I guarantee it's not as easy as we're thinking.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
You know what I mean? Like, I bet as far as logistics and all that, I'm sure it's not as easy.
This is from the point of view from someone who's merely sitting on the couch wanting to watch games. 100%. I have no idea what goes into scheduling those games.
And honestly, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what DC looks like this weekend. Because it's not like they're having issues selling tickets. Like, I know people are going to the game, but that really is a big compliment to the PLL that some people will be picking the PLL over sitting at home watching the NFL. And a lot of people will be home for the end of the 4 o'clock games, and you get to watch the 8 o'clock game too. So
I see it as a like kind of litmus test, if you will, like of where they're at right now. Like, yeah, I know. I think it's never good to go up against NFL week one because that's their day, right? It's NFL Sunday, right? No one can beat Red Zone for 7 straight hours.
Yep.
Can't wait for Sunday.
Can't wait.
Exactly. Like all of us are looking forward to it. But I think at the same time, it will give the PLL a sense of where they're at in this ramp up cycle to get, to their, I think they said $1 billion league, right? Like that's their goal. So to me, it's a litmus test, like people might tune in. Hey, you're going to watch the Browns on Sunday. Like you're going to watch the first quarter and then you're going to want to watch something else because it's not going to be a fun game. So you're probably going to tune into something else, like.
So I do agree with that. I don't think it was intentional, but I think Paul and Mike were okay with this and who else is involved with that. Cause it is kind of not necessarily a flex of like, but he said in the documentary, we want to compete with the NBA, the NHL. Like, I think he's like, we're not going to move around just for football. Like we've got enough. Right. So going to the game, yes. Like if I was in DC and I had a chance to go to that game, 100%, I'll do that instead of watching football. But if it's watch the NFL or watch PLL from home, I think a lot of people who would watch the PLL normally are instead going to watch NFL. I don't know. I think it's just going to cost them viewers.
So I agree with that, Matt. But we're also in a day and age where like we're going to do both.
True.
A lot of kids are going to just multi-screen it, and I just need to note that the guy whose team has terrible chemistry used a litmus test analogy. That's crazy.
Wow. That's just fantastic.
I don't say we have terrible chemistry. We're just figuring some shit out,
That's what chemistry is when you figure it out.
Nah, like we're there.
Seen Crazy Stupid Love? Have you seen Hitch?
We're like basic level chemistry. We're not AP level chemistry yet. You know what I'm saying? Like
we're working over.
Right,
we're working
some
through
of us
our
here didn't take AP chemistry, so
absolutely not. What?
I didn't.
Can we get into the games, man? Sam is all of a sudden being this
chemistry.
Optimist about losing, which I don't know when this starts. So let's get into the games.
All right, let's jump right in. First game we had Chaos Chrome. Now, Sam, if I recall last week,
yes,
James, granted it was the Homer pick, but James very confidently went with his Chaos, and you had quite an opinion about that.
You laughed at me, Sam.
And I will be the first one to say I was wrong. However, going into the game, Chaos were 2-8 on the season.
That's
like
correct.
my pick was right at the time. Like the Chrome should have won this game. Didn't. Very handedly did not. Like it was embarrassing. The Chrome or the Chaos. This was all chaos.
My issue is you laughed at the thought of us winning. It's not like you were like it's going to be close. You said my pick wasn't a reasonable pick. You said
said reasonable. I said you weren't being reasonable. You're doing homework shit, and you were picking the right team, which I respect because it's your team. But you know, in that time, I thought I was being right.
So I just want to say,
I think they heard me, right? They watch our pods, so they heard me, and it
stop
just
stop this. Bryce's take on the Chaos was 100% accurate. They could get hot, Blaze could get hot, and they could dominate. Is exactly what he said.
85% saves or 85% saving for Blaze.
83.
Like, what do you do with that?
James.
Yep.
Let's hear, what did your Chaos finally do right in this one?
Our defense this game, I know everyone's like seeing the 11 goals and thinking that we dominated on the offensive end. Dude, our defense was shut down. Like our doubles were perfect. Jared Newman did a lot of second slides that a lot of people didn't talk about, caused some turnovers. Obviously, Blaze bit on his head, but like the Chrome weren't even getting good shots. There was like a 4-minute period where it was like turnover, we go down, or they would try to just like spin the ball around and we'd be pressuring. Like it was honestly like our defense played like how I've said the Water Dogs have been playing this season. Just like super aggressive, every ball on the ground. And Max Adler was huge at the X, man. Like huge at the X.
Huge.
So do I think we can continue doing this? I honestly do, for the one fact of Josh Byrne looked unguardable last week.
Dude.
I mean, there was a
literally
time,
unguardable.
like where he would get the ball and I would say he's going to score. No question, like no questions asked. Man, this was awesome. And I really liked, I hope you guys saw the clip, but do you guys remember early on in the season, Chaos Chrome played and Mike Manley like cross-checked Chase Frazier and they were talking at the bench and they had it all on film. If you guys
I feel like Mike Manley does that weekly.
Yeah, so he's like screaming at Chase Frazier and then like they clipped it with Chase Frazier doing his behind the back right around Mike Manley like the fourth quarter. And I was like, I mean, it's just everyone gets, they're just desserts, if you will. But we can kind of get into it for the other games. But I really want to see what you guys think of, like, how important are faceoffs in these playoffs, man? Because I looked at all the stats, and there's no correlation with the winning faceoff team winning this weekend at all. I mean,
didn't the Redwoods win faceoffs?
So yeah, they did.
Oh, you said there's no correlation.
Exactly, there's no correlation. That's what I'm saying.
I heard that.
Like,
that's a good point. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like we were talking about how important it was, and then it just didn't really pan out the whole weekend. Seriously, it makes it seem like goaltending is more important than faceoff. Honestly,
yeah, I think this was a very concrete weekend for not necessarily getting possession, but what you do with that possession.
Right, which is why some of the Atlas stats are skewed.
Correct, but no, I'll be perfectly blunt. I was with Sam. I was like, that Chrome is a lock for this. But I did say it would not surprise me if this happened. And the reason I said that is because Chaos played like they had been there before. The Chrome looked.
That's what I was
so. The Chrome looked so and again, part of that was because Chaos played such good defense. Blaze looked like 2021 Blaze.
Yes,
but. Dude, the Chrome looked so rattled in the first half of this game. I mean, the entire game, but especially the first half. They were taking the passes were awful. The shots were so bad. I was like, this team clearly is playing like a team that has never been in the playoffs before or never done anything.
Highest shooting percentage on the Chrome was Logan at 20%.
Yeah,
so disgusting.
Crazy.
Disgusting.
That is.
They were taking like the first shot that was available rather than the best shot that was available. You know what I'm saying? Like. It was always a quick.
I mean, it got to a point where they were like, "We have to get a shot off in this possession, no matter where it is."
It got messy, man.
Yeah. But
man,
tip my hat to the Chaos, man. They look like 2021 Chaos, and that's not a team I want to face right now.
No. And I was telling Sam this, and I really want to go back and look at each game, but I think we win when Mac O'Keefe scores. Seriously, I think there's like a weird thing, like when he's pulling from the wing and cashing in. I mean, which by the way, he has such a beautiful shot to watch.
That was a great start to the game. His low to high.
Yeah, that low to high was
that tone.
They shot 9% total. That's crazy.
But I kind of wish, and I wanted to do this last week, was pick a key player for each game.
Oh, sure.
Because I actually would have picked Josh Byrne because I'm like, he can be such a force on offense and just change the game by himself. And that dude showed the hell out this game. That was, to your point, I mean, like Chrome, we're literally like, oh, we don't know who to put on him.
No clue. And JT was fighting through all screens most of the game. But like, these are just things that kind of happened in the playoffs. Like, are you going to do that in the third quarter, 10 minutes ago when you're tired as hell? You know, are you going to make sure that Shorey doesn't get on Josh? And a couple of times when he did, he scored. JT had his number in the beginning, for real. He took the ball away from Josh, I think 3 or 4 times. But after that, man, Josh was playing his angles. And, dude, he is a freak athlete. Like, he is. He's scary. Seriously, he's crazy. So, I mean,
quite a win, quite a statement.
Yeah. When we can just say like we look like old Chaos, honestly. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, that was 2.8%. People picking now that was Chaos to win it all.
Win the championship, right?
I would love to have seen who picked Chaos to win this game because it could not have been over 10%.
No way.
And
no way. Not the way the Chrome played this year.
Yeah.
Scanoni didn't play well, which
shocking.
Is weird.
Yeah, that was probably, I mean, besides Brendan Nickturn being the leading point scorer with 2, and that was 0 goals. It was both assists, but Connor Farrell, disappointing performance, I will say.
That was biggest disappointment for me, man. His size against TD, I think he should have dominated there. Or Adler, sorry.
Yeah.
Not the Redwoods.
Yeah, I mean, just in every facet of the game, Chaos just dominated. Like this, what was it, Sam? 6-1 in the first? That's what it got to.
6-1 in the first, 6-0. They didn't score until the second period.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
I mean, it was like who whips against Redwoods earlier? Or was it Chrome versus Redwoods earlier in the season?
Redwoods.
It was Chrome Redwoods. Yeah, dude, it was the same as that, man. Like, no offense.
It was over in the first half. The game was over.
You could just tell the energy. Chrome or Chaos dominated everything.
Yeah. But Matt, it kind of makes your point like so much more valid when you said like they've been there before. Like Chaos had been smacked in the face in the first quarter in a playoff game, and they've like been able to like come back and like dude, like when the Chrome got smacked, I mean. Dude, Logan was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I think it's you've got Chaos who are playoff battle. They've gone all the way to the championship, won it. You've got Andy Towers who have coached through that path.
Right.
On the flip side, you've got a very young team in Chrome. A lot of those kids, this is their first season. They're star players.
Right.
Giles Harris, Logan, Nickturn, Scanoni. This was his first big season. And then you've got Tim Sudan, who is not used to coaching in the playoffs.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, is the PLL going to become like every other professional league where young teams don't win championships? It's just fact of the matter. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, it's hard to argue against that right now.
It's seriously, it just doesn't, it doesn't happen. The teams who add veterans for their seasons.
Right now, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if that's going to change Chrome's offseason, if they're going to look to add some veterans.
I mean,
just for some leadership. I mean,
I was going to say just for leadership, like a Kyle Harrison, a guy.
Yeah,
like that
you don't need a 5-point player every game. You need someone who can command other.
You definitely like had the firepower this year.
Oh man, Kyle Harrison came back. That'd be great.
Yo, relax. He's not coming back.
It's true, but no, altogether, great game from the Chaos. We look good, so excited to talk about next week later on in the season, or later on in the episode.
Yeah. Chaos moving on to the second round. Next game we had was Redwoods Archers. Now this one I expected Archers to win, even though I picked Redwoods as the Cinderella pick. Sure. I thought this game would be a 1-point game.
Yeah.
And was way off. The surprising thing to me was Jack Kelly played terrible.
Terrible.
Awful.
So
and we were
bad.
just talking about this. Like, should they have gone back to Troutner? No. I don't. I think you let Jack Kelly ride this season out no matter what. I think 100%. It was the right call.
Yep. I agree.
TD Ierlan. Again, it was against Ignacio, who's had trouble against these star face-off guys. But
he looked good.
To your point, James, dominated face-off. Couldn't get the ball in the net.
Couldn't get the ball in the net. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think, I hate to say Bryce is some lacrosse savant, but dude, he said Connor Fields would be the difference.
He did.
He was. They were feeding Connor Fields every single time. He was the hot hand. 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists. And just like he said, the way he plays, you don't know if you're supposed to slide or not. You never know. You're like, is he going to go behind the back? Is he going to get top side? Is he going to shoot from out here? It's hard to read. So with Connor Fields playing like that, Archers are really scary, man. Really, really scary.
Yeah, they are.
I think it came down to just to your point. The Archers just have too much firepower, man. It's like you slide to Connor Fields. There's 3 other just lethal shooters open. And I don't know what, even with a week to prepare for this game, I don't know defensively how you prepare for a team this deep.
I think there was at least 2 goals where 4 different people were involved with the goal. It was beautiful lacrosse, warrior stuff, dodge from the alley, bang, bang, throw inside, finish. Everyone was getting touches, everyone was eating. When the Archers are playing like that, it's when we say they're untouchable. And then the week after that, they don't score goals. So it's weird. And where, Will Manny had 2 points, but it's where has he been?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And then you've got Miles Jones, 0 points, 1 point.
He had 1.
Great shot.
So if Eddie Glazner plays, does this change the game at all, or does it just make it a closer game?
No, because with that injury, he's a liability on defense.
It wouldn't have been a damn thing.
Yeah.
So Jack Kelly at 43%. You could have had Captain America and Iron Man down there.
That would have been cool.
I'm serious. He wasn't saving anything.
I'd watch that over the
NFL. That's fair. That's actually marvelous.
No.
Sorry. No, I think that was. I don't know, man. This was a very interesting game.
I think my biggest disappointment was probably Jules Henenberg.
Oh yeah.
I was really. We've talked about a few weeks of just where is he?
Where has he been?
And I was just expecting. Jules is a seasoned guy to where he knows. He's one of those veterans that you have to step up in a game like this, and to have 0 points is just, 2 points but 0 goals,
and
not okay.
It wasn't only just a quiet two goals. He wasn't even putting pressure on the defense. You know how those good players can affect the game without scoring. There was times where he would pick up the ball just the other games. Who is that? Who's the ball right now? Because he's not. He wasn't doing anything. Man, this was weird. But dude, Archers.
Matt Kavanaugh 0 for 5. It was just.
I'm telling you, man. Kavanaugh had a bad season, man. Altogether, he never really got it together, which sucks to say because I'm a big fan, but he didn't. So
yeah, it was. I think Archers are clearly the better team, but you had a lot of people picking Redwoods to win this one.
Because they were they were hot. Seriously,
they look good coming into this. Sam, did you have a question?
No, I picked them to win.
Oh, did you? So did I.
Wow, TD had 60% of the faceoffs too. That's crazy, dude.
Right?
Yeah. That's seriously.
Honestly, but watching it didn't look like he won 60% though. Archers dominated possession that whole game, and it was a short-lived possession when he won.
I think that's why the stat can get skewed, because you can win it, have a bad shot, goalie save, come down the other end, they score, or the other team, when they win faceoffs, they're getting long possessions, maybe getting a shot clock reset, but the stats are going to stay the same. It's not like we have a quality of possession next to that, So
it's a good point.
It's interesting.
So Archers get the win. They are playing Chaos in the semifinals. We'll get into it, but I have no idea who's going to win that game, but we can talk about it later.
We'll talk about it.
Third and final game. Sam, did you want to log off?
Sam, I want Sam to talk about this game because he was really confident. He was so confident. And I told you guys can't be the Water Dogs. I told you guys can't be the Water Dogs. I said that.
I mean, we
stop. What? Say it.
We played twice.
Say it.
Whatever.
You guys can't be the Water Dogs. Jesus.
Water Dogs are good. Like
confirmed.
They confirmed.
I'll start this one off if you don't mind, unless you want to go, Sam.
Go ahead, brother.
He's got nowhere to be. It's off season.
I will say, I thought the Water Dogs would win. I picked them. I thought this would be a little closer. We kicked the shit out of the Atlas.
So bad.
This score
is not a reflection of the game.
Absolutely not. This was not a 5-goal game. No chance. This was like Cowboys Eagles. We're down 51-14, and then we make it 51-27.
Right.
And people are like, "Oh, it was a shootout." No.
Right. The Atlas 7 goals in the fourth are Dak Prescott's like end of game.
Exactly. Stat cushioning. That's what that's
garbage goals. Yes. You call them garbage goals?
Absolute garbage.
Sam, you guys scored 3 goals, 1 goal, 3 goals, then 7. Tell me what it is. You guys didn't change your scheme in the last 6 minutes.
The Water Dogs changed their scheme, and it was called run out the damn clock every possession.
Love that. Love that.
I thought the Water Dogs would win. I thought the Atlas would put up a fight. They looked absolutely horrendous in the first half. Really, the first 3 quarters.
Yes.
They went 12 minutes without a goal. 12
in the second half or first half?
First half.
Jesus Christ.
That is curtains on that
game. How long are quarters? 15?
Are they 15?
12. 12?
I thought they were 12. I don't know.
Okay, so they essentially had a whole quarter of just nothing.
Their shots in the first half, 3 for 22.
My God.
Horrendous. One thing I will say, Jeff Teat not scoring until the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? In the playoffs?
It's been that way for the last 3 games, man. Like he just has not been involved early. Like even Rubio said, his plan is to have the ball in Teat's and Gray's, hands most of the game. Not that it did much, but dude,
your midfielder did nothing.
For the last 4 games, Teat has not been involved as much as he should be.
But it wasn't just Teat. Chris Gray had 1 goal that I saw early. But I don't even know if it was early.
It's just the fact that we all know how good Teat is. We know how good Gray is. It just doesn't it's not clicking why their offense isn't a huge powerhouse as it should be on paper, right?
Not clicking, you say that's chemistry? Would you say that's chemistry, Sam?
Oh God. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I'm asking. You said it wasn't chemistry, and now you're saying they're not
chemistry. Get the fuck out of here.
I took conceptual chemistry. They took the math out of it. I appreciate that.
Chemicals mixed together kind of thing.
Wait, that was an option? I would have taken that.
Yes, it was. Yeah, well, it definitely was an option. My God. But I do want to say, no, hold up. Sam said before that I had a take that apparently is not recorded. I said that Gray and Teat are both off-ball players. There's no guarantee that they were going to work because they need people who can produce.
Stop it. I'm talking serious right now.
Yeah, very serious.
Keep going.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That was in the gray area. And
now.
And I said that they're going to need not only creators, they need Romar hitting his jumpers. They need those things to work. There's no guarantee just because they're both really good, talented lacrosse players that it's going to work. I said that on this podcast, and that's what happened.
When Romar hit, so we were up 4-1. When Romar hit that 2 bomb, I was like, "Oh, here we go." Atlas are back.
I mean, dude, because when he's on,
it changed the game.
It's different.
Yeah. I mean, I said he's the difference. And I asked him a question last week. I said, "Who is guarding Michael Sowers?" I said that.
It doesn't matter, bro. He's running by all of our long poles and all of our shorties.
Yeah, did you see when he actually ran through? I think that was, I don't know if it was Durkin or Rexroad. He bodied him and then turned around and put it low right. I was like,
his fucking inside spin,
dude. Inside spin was, dude,
not fair, dude.
That was just, dude.
I don't know.
How's he not in the crease? How's he
on the crease?
I know, that's what I was wondering. I don't know if he just figured that move out, but I need that in the repertoire for next season because there is no defender that those feet can keep up with him. There's no way.
How do you guard that, bro? And then not give time somehow.
So I will say, I think the biggest factor this game was Jake Withers held his own at the stripe. Now, Baptiste won just about every clamp, but the wing play.
Water Dogs won faceoffs, by the way, 52-48.
Well, that's because of the wing play.
Courier.
Yeah, it's Courier.
Literally Courier.
Every clamp Baptiste won, but Courier was on top of him waiting to pick the ground ball up every time. It was ridiculous.
An animal. He's an animal.
James.
Yep.
I have a hot take. And
boy.
I am very close to saying Zach Courier is the best midfield in this league over Tom Schreiber.
Yes.
I'm not sure which is better, but right now I'm leaning Zach Courier.
I don't think it's a hot take, and I actually said this to Sam. Like, if I'm drafting, I want Courier over Schreiber. Yeah. Courier had 8 ground balls this game, dude. What are you talking about? That's so valuable. That's crazy.
I don't know who was commenting this game. I forget, but they were joking about if you have a Zach Courier bingo card, it's almost full. And I was like, dude, that's a great idea.
Man, because that's really cool.
Dude, he does everything. Ground balls, assists,
cause
turnovers, goals, clears,
yeah.
Everything. I was like, dude, this guy is literally everywhere on the field and can do anything.
He's so fast.
He's so fast.
And we did say Concannon was going to be the difference in the game, and he obviously was.
And we were saying earlier, like that I forget what's his name, but when he had that long pole, the LSM,
Riley,
fake inside, he went high on Concannon.
Yeah. Did it twice.
Yeah, dude, like that got in his head, man.
They should have pulled Concannon way earlier. He was not seeing shit, James. You said earlier, but
nothing.
And you have JD Colarusso is a solid goalie.
Yeah.
Throwing him into that situation, obviously it was too late.
He held his own last year. He played well.
Yeah, he was great. Concannon was it was the worst game of the season by far.
By far. Curry going coast to coast is inexcusable, by the way. I mean, it was a cool goal, but like, come on, man.
So the turning point of this game, in my opinion, was Ryan Conrad hitting a 2-bomb with 30 seconds left in the half, because I've always said if you're going to be down at halftime, the most you want to be down by is 3, which before that shot, there's 30 seconds left in the half. Atlas are like, all right, we're down by 3. I guarantee Rubio was like, all right, down by 3 with how we played. We can bounce back from this. Now you're down by 5. And that is miles harder to come back from than 3.
Seriously.
Mentally.
That's a really good point. It's like when NBA teams try to get it under 10 before halftime. And it's like, we can do that, right? Like, we can do 10.
Steph Curry hits like a logo 3-point.
Exactly. And it's like, that's such a dagger. No, he played really bad.
Yeah, the Water Dogs were firing on all cylinders. Atlas offense just not there. I will say midfielder is a huge gap for you guys right now. So yes, you're getting
consistent,
Hanley, which is
consistent.
Yeah, we don't have a consistent midfield, and we'll see. 2 picks in first round. We'll see.
Yeah, we're aware.
You had 2 this year, and what happened?
Yikes.
We got some good offense, but
did
just
you
pan out this year.
Oh, when it mattered, it didn't though. Okay,
playing long game, bro. This is a 50-year, 100-year.
I mean, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Rubio just completely diced the roster and released or traded Paul Rabel. So might be having that coming again, Sammy.
I don't see that, bro.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
I think the Atlas, in my opinion, this year, like everyone's talked about in past seasons, they look at the Redwoods roster and they're like, how the hell is this team not won a championship? That's why I picked Atlas to win it all. I'm like, it's not the right way to do it, but looking at their roster, I'm like, this team is way too talented to not be in the championship.
Yeah.
I think Concannon too much of a question mark, man. I can't just like fall on that because I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough to be that team yet.
So do you think they look at goalie in the draft?
Well, we picked
I honestly don't think they will.
No, I think we'll go to the player pool for a goalie.
I don't even know if you guys need to move on from him. I just honestly think he needs to get better. He needs to get more confident, especially in like the in-tight goals. You know,
maybe.
Like,
it's going to be an interesting offseason for sure for us.
I mean, yeah, it is. And I just want to say, Matt, are my takes on Water Dogs still as crazy, or like are you finally with me?
No, I'm with you.
Okay.
But it was the same thing. You know, this season is we started off 0-3. Win 5 in a row, and then we end the season losing back-to-back games. It's like you just are. There's such a roller coaster of a team. It's like this team is capable of putting up 20 goals, which they should have if they had taken their foot off the gas pedal at Atlas. They would have put up 23 goals easily.
I mean,
but then you have weeks where they put up 9 goals, and it's like that's not going to win in this league. They don't have the defense to do that.
I agree, man. And this is why I'm so big on Sowers, because when you guys need a goal or a slide, he can do both. And I still, again, have not seen a defender shut him down for a whole game yet. Not seen it.
He's too fast.
I don't think you're going
seriously.
to.
When he gets a running start from the wing, I mean,
no way. You're not.
You had defenders turning their hips the wrong way, man. I mean, that's.
And I'm so deep into my case of Kieran McArdle's the MVP. I'm sorry, Kieran McArdle's the MVP. Some of his assists, his no look pass to the other side of the cage, right in front. I was like, that was literally tape to tape pass.
Everything's stick to stick too. It's always in the perfect spot.
That's perfect.
That's what makes his passes so different. I mean, he's
God,
so consistent, so good. It's because he's not flashy, man. We don't like to give it to guys who are flashy.
He's not. He would be on the Spurs if he was in the NBA.
100%. Come around the cage, one fake finish. Like he does it by the book.
Yep. So Water Dogs move on. Sam, your season's over. I apologize. I really don't. You lost $10 and your team lost. Sucks. But Water Dogs move on. I will say I was expecting, my team won. I'm happy as hell, but I was expecting better games. Closer games. I was. They were good. Yeah. Closer games.
I mean, I think some teams got shell shocked, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little different when you're down 3 and your season's over versus down 3 and you're just like, all right, let's go to Utah next week and get it back. So.
True. But so that wraps up the quarterfinals. We move on to semis, which are going to be in DC this weekend, Audi Stadium.
Yeesh.
First game is Water Dogs Whipsnakes at 1:00. Sam, I know you're salty, but be reasonable.
That word is operative. That word's doing heavy lifting this time.
Sam, Water Dogs, Whipsnakes. Last time we played them, we beat them by 1. Gave Whipsnakes their only loss of the season. Who do you like and why?
I mean, I said it last episode, and I'll say it this episode. If y'all beat us, I think y'all can beat the Whipsnakes, man. And I think y'all have the offense to do it. I mean, it's going to be an insanely, I think it's going to be like both teams scoring over 16 points kind of game.
I'll pay to watch that.
Yeah, that's a dogfight.
I think it's going to be a very high scoring game because Zed and Rambo are going to bring their A game. And then you're going to have Courier, like we were just talking about, all over the fucking field doing everything under the sun. And I think this is going to be a goalie game. It comes down to who's better in the net, and
true.
And I think with help me out here.
Burnlore.
No, Dogs.
Ward.
Thank you, Jesus. I think with Ward playing last week, coming off the win, I think that confidence might be an advantage, might be that edge that he needs to play better against the Whipsnakes. So I'm taking Water Dogs. I'm taking Water Dogs by 2. I think it's be like 17-15, something like that.
You just said both teams would score over 16.
Okay, 18-16. Jesus. Why am I
watch it be 17-15?
I know. I hope it is, so we can just go back.
It is.
But yeah, I think the Water Dogs have it, man. That Courier is the special sauce in the midfield that changes games, and I think he's going to do it this game too.
I agree, but the Whipsnakes have Michael Earhart.
True, but
they do. He's very good.
James, who you got?
Honestly, pretty similar take to Sam. I got Water Dogs, 13-15 for the score. I think Matt Dunn is a very good defender, but he's big and rangy. He's not as quick as Sowers is. That's going to be the matchup. I'm looking at like the matchup right here. And I think that's going to cause some issues, but I think Dogs do it. And I think this is going to always be a conversation about it. Is it good to have a week off or is it bad? I mean, if I'm a Water Dogs fan, I mean, you guys just got so much confidence last week. I mean, you guys destroyed a very good team, whereas the Whipsnakes have the confidence, but they didn't play last week. So we'll see if that has, an effect on things. Just for a little context, like we were talking about MVP, McArdle has 42 points this season and Rambo has 32. So just something to think about when people are putting the attacking up against each other. So no, I got the dogs. I told you I was riding them. So
yeah, you have called it.
Same take.
I'm going water dogs as well. I'm changing my mind. I said Whip Snakes would win earlier, but I gotta ride. I gotta ride my team, dude.
Wow.
I gotta stick with the hot hand. But no, I actually am going on the other side. I think everyone's looking at this game and focusing on the offenses and saying this is going to be, like Sam, you were saying, both teams over 16 goals. I'm going the opposite. People sleep on the Whip Snakes defense. You've got probably the two best goalies in the league right now, besides Blaze. I think Blaze is probably 2, Dylan Ward's 3, but Bernard's by far the best goalie.
Easy.
And so you've got really good goaltenders. You've got Water Dogs are playing good defense. Their shorties are playing great. And then the Whip Snakes had the best defense in the regular season and the best goalie. Yep. So I still think the over will hit. I think it's going to be 14-12 Water Dogs. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring of a game, but I think it is going to be like the last time we played the Whip Snakes, where you have like 8 lead changes. It's just going to go back and forth all game.
I think a late 2-pointer is going to be the difference. You know, I can see Conrad, Hannah, any of those guys. Dude, you were just talking about the Whip Snakes. They had 9.8 goals against average this season for the defense. That's crazy.
Yeah. They played fantastic on defense.
I mean, that's nuts. Obviously, a lot of that's regular, but that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm curious because I don't. Jake Withers held his own against Baptiste. He has to do the same thing against Nardella if this is a game.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know. I think it's going to be the more exciting game of the two as far as score.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you got to think though, for Withers, his job isn't to win the faceoff. His job is just to get the ball out, like
to get it out of the play. Exactly.
You're right. It's a different game where he's like, I just want to make it a ground ball scrap. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pinch and pop. I just want to let Courier do what Courier does. The Dyson back.
Yep. So it's going to be a good game. I'm very excited for it.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be awesome.
So second game we got Chaos Archers. Sam, lead us off.
I can't wait for this one. I think this. Both games are going to be great. I think everybody's going to be excited for the Water Dogs Whips game so much that they're kind of going to overlook this, maybe. But I think this might be the game of the day, man. Like, these are the Chaos. They're looking like last year's Chaos, right? Just dragging defenses through the mud with that crazy offense. So, and the Archers looked unstoppable last week. So, this game, they have Blaze. I don't know about Gittleman. Like, he's been off and on all season.
True.
We know the Archers offense is potent, and then they can score. So I think it's going to be how that defensive front and Blaze can repeat an 85% save kind of thing. What do you have, like 15 saves last week? Yep. Not saying that he has to stand on his head to win this game, but if he does, they win.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he does, they win. Like
he needs to be plus 60, which is crazy to think. But like, dude, like the Archers skip passes, man. Like they're cocked ready to go off that skip pass. Like, and their 2-point. They didn't score any 2-point goals last game, but it's always a threat from them. So, I don't want to bet against the Chaos because I did last time, and look how that turned out. Did you? Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah.
I'm taking the Archers by 1. It's like 14-13.
Do you know what's going to happen next week if Chaos win?
Yeah. This is why I'm taking them, to make next week.
It's all for the good of the pod, right, Sam?
All for the pod, brother.
I appreciate that.
So I was going to pick Archers, but I'm taking Chaos.
God damn it, dude. Now I'm by myself.
Dude,
again.
I have bet against the Chaos way too many times.
Yo, let me go look at that wedding registry again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Here's my point. I'm looking at two guys that have to play lights out for Chaos to win. If they don't, they're not going to win. But one is Blaze, and two is Max Adler. Max Adler should absolutely dominate Ignacio in this game, and I think he will. But I like the face-off. Chaos have the advantage. I like the wing play that Chaos have right now. Blaze is looking like playoff LeBron right now, dude. He's just a different animal. But it's coming back to, you have archers who we've said are the Saints. They've got a history of looking great in the regular season, and so far they've still looked great. But we know it's going to come crashing down at some point. History shows us. Now, this could be a different year, but my gut is telling me it's going to come crashing down for the Archers. And it comes back to the Chaos. They have the experience. They've been through this. They're battle tested. Andy Towers has the coaching experience. What's his name? Chris Bates, I think.
Yeah. For the Archers.
Yeah, it's like it's all the,
Weren't the Archers in the semis last year?
Yeah, but what happened?
Right. I'm just saying. Okay. My point was.
I mean, they've been in the playoffs. They just never win. The Saints have been in the playoffs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Saints have been. Exactly.
No, I think when you look at the non-tangibles, the things that aren't on the stat sheet, is like playoff experience, coaching. Those are the two biggest things. And now you've got the better face-off guy and the better goalie. Defensively, Chaos look better. Archers, that's been a weaker spot for their team. So everything is tilting towards Chaos for me. So I'm going Chaos.
Matt,
I'm going 13-12 Chaos. I think it's a close one.
I like that. Are the money lines out? Do we know who's favorite?
I'll check. James, who do you got?
I gotta ride the squad. I gotta ride the squad. I think everything Matt's saying, I have to echo. I really feel like this is such a setup game for the Archers to be who the Archers are. Like, this is like the epitome of like,
this is making their legacy. It's
it's like talent, scoring. Connor Fields is playing well, but like all these like perfect Archer storylines could just like come crashing down.
Archers are -1.5, by the way.
Really?
Wow. Over under is 23.5.
Wow. Wow. I don't trust Gittleman late in the playoffs. I can't. Just because I feel like that's where he kind of falls off. But like, I don't know. I feel like we're not really talking about this, but Smith has 17 assists this season, which is tied with Will Manny, and he missed 4 games. Like, that's really crazy. And he also has 23 points.
I mean, dude, he was on the mark last game, dude.
Yeah, which is still top 10 in the league with having 4 less games than everybody. I mean,
I didn't know that. That's impressive.
Yeah, so like they kept talking about his like stats on his assists, and I was like, how are they that high when he missed so much of the season? And he made up for lost time. Shriver has 17 1-point goals and Josh has 15. Again, difference of 4 games right there. Like these are like really context-based stats. So I got my boys. I think Blaze goes off. I think it's more low scoring. I think 12-11. I like that score a lot. But no, I think Blaze stays hot and we get the dub. And I think the Connor Fields matchup is going to be the most important out of all of them.
Yeah. It's going to be a Josh Byrne versus Connor Fields show.
I mean, if he's shooting like he was last week, it didn't matter who was in goal, honestly.
No.
I mean, some of those shots, he was shooting right off like.
Well, and that's, hits, who's going to be on him? Graham Hossack?
I guess, but because we play that like sweeping offense, there's always switches.
That's
like,
true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't trust the Archers' goaltending, but also their defense to handle a Canadian offense. I don't see it happening.
Especially one that's clicking. Not that theirs isn't. I'm definitely saying theirs is clicking as well. And I feel like this is a kind of a game where Grant Ament kind of needs to like make up for his lost time this season. Like this would be a game where he needs to be like, hey, I'm still the guy here, even though I have really ugly cleats.
Do we think Bryce is taking Archers?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is. He's taking. I gotta ask him. Wow. Wow, these games are gonna be awesome, man. I'm excited.
It's gonna be 2 great games. Speaking of which, you 2 will be there.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
And not just be there.
Thank you to James Wells for setting it up.
Yes. So, and anybody's listening is going to be in DC. Sam and I have field seats, so we'll be 1 row right off the field, section F. So obviously, anybody who's there would love to come see you guys. We're gonna have our t-shirts on for the game. But no, I'm pumped. We're gonna try to get there early, watch warm-ups, maybe get some of the players to walk over and talk to us, even if RJ's close by, just give him a shout. But no, we will definitely be there. Hopefully try to be there around like noon, like an hour for the game, walk around a little bit, get to see the sights. But yeah, we'll be on the field for the game. So
I'm only 5 hours away, didn't get the invite. So it's only the two of them. I won't be there. I wish I would have loved to, but
don't do this.
It's okay. We need to provide context. He's meeting with his officiant, but
I will actually I'll be golfing and then at a bridal shower. So I think that sounds way more fun.
Oh wow. That sounds so much more fun.
So I'm very excited to be missing these games for a bridal shower. I think it's
good for you.
There's going to be cake. I think I don't know when I'm supposed to be there, but
there's a bridal shower on Sunday at 1 p.m.
What's that? Or yes, it is on Sunday. So
are you serious?
Yeah.
During NFL season?
Well, Matt, we won't.
The bridal shower Saturday.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say,
oh no, if it was Sunday, I'd be FaceTiming them.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Like during commercials.
Yeah, you would have like what Rick does when he doesn't want to be there. Just
like as soon as we hear Scott Hansen say 7 hours of football, I'm turning the camera.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This is you guys will be on TikTok live, I think.
For sure.
Just to see this through the lens of a camera, even field seats are something that we dreamed about while we were playing Manhunt and James was still inside. I mean, it was, we've talked about it for a while. That's all I'm saying.
That was
I love that no one's going to get these references.
That was cold. That was cold.
James wasn't allowed to play Manhunt.
He wasn't allowed to play.
It was one time. They just said it was too late. The streetlights were already on.
No, and I'm assuming like Paul and Mike and those guys will be there. So, and that's where they sit. So, I mean, there's a good chance you guys are within arm's reach, which is kind of dangerous for James, but
for sure.
Are you gonna bring your stick? Like all those kids do? Are you gonna follow RJ around and be like, RJ?
I mean, I just want like my moment of fame. Like the ball comes to the sideline, I'm just gonna pick it up and throw BTB back.
Don't do that.
Yo, I'm gonna do that.
You got too much whip in yours, bro. It's gonna just go into the ground.
Sam, because you can't handle it. It's okay. It's okay. You'll learn. But no, it's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited. We're gonna try to post as much stuff as we can, especially being on the field. But like, I really want to hear one of Towers like rants. Like that's really what I.
Want. But and they're on the other side of the field, right?
So it's hard because when you look at Audi Stadium, it has the benches on our side, but that's for soccer games. So I don't know if they'll be on that actual side or not. But obviously, as soon as we get there,
dude, if they're on the same side,
I know, man. I know. You
better be chirping the Archers,
dude. I am. Dude, you guys are the Saints, dude. The Saints. You guys have good talent.
Shut the hell up. We know we're the Saints.
Yeah, I know. What they say that.
No, that's going to be awesome. So again, they will be on the field. They will be in Quick Stix shirts. If you guys see them, give a shout out, say hi. If you're of age, they'll buy you a beer maybe. If Sam's awake, but
yeah,
they'll be on TikTok live. So definitely check out the content. Enjoy the games, and we will talk to y'all next week.
Thanks, guys.
Later.